Welcome to today's presentation about an innovative marketing highlight.
In the world of marketing, it happens too often that the public becomes exposed to repetitive, mainstream, or unimaginative forms of advertising. This type of advertising, despite being based upon countless statistics and multiple studies, seems to lack a sense of uniqueness and innovation. For a product or a service to succeed in its field, facing the competitive market of today, a new and fresh marketing strategy must be discovered and utilized in order for the product to stand out from the rest.
So, what is an innovative marketing strategy?
We must understand what being innovative means before we can continue. According to the OECD, an innovative marketing strategy can be defined as the implementation of a new marketing method involving significant changes in product design or packaging, product placement, product promotion, or pricing.
So we asked ourselves, what product do we know that defied conventional marketing? They went out and, despite the warnings and constant setbacks, set the benchmark for innovative marketing strategies throughout the business. A product with so much sass and attitude that the marketing team had no choice but to incorporate new energy into their strategy, proving that with a fresh idea, a great result can occur.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you me, Deadpool.
Yes, everyone's favourite anti-hero, Deadpool. This particular Marvel superhero has been dubbed Merc with a Mouth, and for good reason too. You would imagine his schizophrenic behaviour, twisted sarcastic tone, love of violence, and R-rated restriction would prove to be difficult in promoting the film to such a diverse range of target audiences. So how did the marketing team succeed with making an innovative marketing strategy? Deadpool's marketing team knew early in production that they were not going to be able to rely on the same tools and advertising mediums such as fast food outlets and children's shows that they had in previous superhero films. This can be identified by a few reasons. The first and most influential being that this was an R-rated hero film. Although not the first to be released, a trend of R-rated films being nowhere near as successful as the mainstream PG-13 were easily recognizable. Another big reason to why Deadpool's marketing strategy did not follow the social norms of its field was due largely to the fact that it was not a well-known figure. This led to the funding towards the film being dramatically less than expected, and the team had to look forwards towards a new innovative, affordable style of marketing. With a limitation of the target audience and the problem of that audience not having any prior knowledge or exposure to Deadpool is the spark behind the brilliant, ingenious marketing technique used. With little funds to play around with, the team needed a strategy that both exploded Deadpool into the spotlight and onto people's lips in a manner that was affordable and, most importantly, not repetitive. Fox promoted Deadpool in a new, modern method, using short and humoristic trailers that attempted to make an impact on the psychographic factors. They did this by making Deadpool speak to the camera and interact with the audience and share his social attitude. By making trailers that interact with the viewer's hobbies, Deadpool is easily relatable. From the success of the marketing team's promotional content, Deadpool achieved a $130 million opening weekend, smashing the $70 million predicted by Fox. Despite the success of the opening weekend seeming minute next to other superhero films such as The Avengers, which earned upwards of $207 million, Deadpool had the highest grossing R-rated film opening weekend ever. With a budget of only $58 million, a movie in which barely anyone had ever heard of a year prior to its release, crushed the previous record of $91 million set by Matrix Reloaded back in 2003. With a gross total of $360 million, Deadpool has earned its place in the top 20 highest grossing films. Like any great marketing process, the first step Deadpool's team directed their attention to was market planning. This is the step where the team analyzes the marketing environment and look for strengths and weaknesses that may influence the success of their product, whether that be positive or negative. These outside factors can range, and not limited to, opportunities and threats that companies will encounter in the competitive marketplace, cultural and technological advances, and of course the economy. So what did Deadpool's team uncover from their marketing planning? This step can be broken down into 4 separate focal points: the product, place, price, and the promotion. While Ryan Reynolds pushed for this movie to be produced nearly a decade ago, the production company Fox postponed its creation as to what both screenwriters Reese and Warwick described as Fox's fear of an R-rated superhero film being an outliner. Despite the success of the film saw today, whether the decision to delay the release was made upon fear or not, Fox's uncertainty of the film's success jeopardized its chances to be released so many years ago. After analyzing their product, Fox identified that it was not optimal environment for its product to achieve maximum revenue, thus making the executive decision to postpone production until the marketing toolbox puzzle pieces fell into place. Fast forward to 2016, a time in where society's view on sexualization and violence in film is desired rather than shunned. While Fox decided nearly 10 years ago that society was not ready for Deadpool's extreme love of crude humor and intense brutality, we are engulfed in a culture where seeing women flaunt their bodies have become a social norm, where people are excited to see bloodshed and intense action scenes in movies, a society where if something sparks our interest, sharing that with the world is only a click away. After evaluating the marketplace and understanding that sex, violence, and comedy does indeed sell, the plan for Deadpool's release was set in stone. By analyzing statistics on people's viewing habits, it could be hypothesized that society was willing to pay to see this film. Whether that be on the opening weekend at a cinema or purchasing the film from a store, an identifiable trend of comedy and action being a highly successful mix could be distinguished. Like any company goal, Deadpool's marketing team objective was to maximize revenue and profits. In order for this to be achieved, the team faced the challenge of achieving mass exposure that could reach an international level at affordable cost. With the place and price of their product already predetermined, the team looked forward towards a new, innovative style of marketing. They settled upon the power of social media. With the ability of cross-platforming on multiple social networking mediums comes a style of promoting that is both intuitive and meets the modern demand of technological advances. From the marketing planning, the team was able to distinguish the time and place in order for their product to reach its full potential. Now, the only obstacle they faced was deciding how they were going to get their product to reach its maximum exposure without busting their budget. By dispersing most of their promotional content through social media, we witnessed Deadpool become a viral sensation. To understand the magnitude of becoming a viral sensation has on the exposure of a product, we must first define what a viral marketing strategy is. This form of marketing uses pre-existing social networking services to boost and increase brand awareness. This is achieved through encouraging customers to participate in the campaign by sending the message to others. It relies heavily upon one patron's positive experience with the product being so pleasant that they are willing to share their encounter with others. Once this happens enough, a chain reaction is created and the content becomes viral. This form of marketing proved to be a hit as sharing and connecting with friends has never been so simple. Just a click of a button through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or Snapchat can people alert their friends of what is piquing their interest, thus spreading the content to more people and attracting a larger target audience. While viral marketing has never been used to promote a film to this magnitude, Mark Weinstock, the head of the Deadpool marketing team, stated that this reaffirmed his faith in social media. There is a lot of debate to whether or not social media can really open a movie, and this proves it can. With 5 million likes on Facebook, over 732,000 followers on Instagram, 10 million views on the Red Band trailer, and over 340,000 shares, it's safe to say that this viral marketing strategy definitely succeeded in getting Deadpool into the spotlight. Through the use of viral marketing, another strategy the marketing team utilized well becomes apparent. The word-of-mouth strategy is a technique that focuses on Deadpool spreading a message to his audience through his viral videos. Despite disguised by his sarcastic tone and foul language, Deadpool actually addresses some pretty serious social issues. In both Touch Yourself and Ladies Listen, Deadpool's marketing team has him use his ability to break the fourth wall to offer a public service announcement to his audience to go and organize a checkup at your local doctor for any signs of cancer. Whilst mentioning in his videos the destruction cancer has on today's society, he addresses these issues in his usual sarcastic and witty tone. However, done so perfectly, the videos never seem offensive, and the audience gets the sense that Deadpool generally cares for their health. This strong bond between the product and its consumer is due largely to the marketing team excelling at making Deadpool a relatable character. These announcements encourage communication, and by promoting good faith efforts, Deadpool aimed the purpose of these videos to help broaden his target audience by attacking multiple social issues society faces today. While it is certain the majority of Deadpool's marketing attention was directed to the online scene, the marketing team did not limit themselves to these technological barriers. In fact, they had constructed multiple different mediums of advertising that relied on the consumer decision-making process as well. A good example of offline marketing used by Deadpool's team was his cryptic billboard. In the fast-paced society we are engulfed in, consumers are forced to make low-involvement decisions multiple times a day. This is why perception and effective marketing is so crucial in order for a product to excel. This decision-making process is a series of 5 steps each consumer makes that are tailored to suit their individual needs. These steps include problem recognition, information search and evaluation of alternatives, the final decision, and post-purchase behavior. With each step being just as important as the last, the consumer is first faced with addressing their problem. Because watching a movie is cheap, quick, and disposable, the decision is made fast. The next step is where the consumer would rely on prior knowledge or easily accessible information to help mold their stance on the next step of their thought process. By comparing the desired product to others on offer, the consumer is able to reassure themselves on their decision to continue with the product of their choice to the next step. Through prior exposure, which could be the billboard, the consumer takes into account the desire to see the movie, the disregard of alternatives, and through the clever marketing of emojis and letters disguised as a riddle, the consumer is motivated to solve the mystery, thus creating curiosity in the product or at least sparking their interest. The final step, despite relying on the product rather than the marketing, consumers are inclined to follow social patterns. In regard to films, that pattern is taking your opinion and posting it online. Whether positive or negative, it does not matter. In the words of Oscar Wilde, the only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about. So was Deadpool's marketing strategy innovative? You're damn right it was. Here's a team that shocked not only the world with their product, but even shocked themselves. A team that, despite having a small budget to create and promote the film, decided to go against the mainstream marketing tactics Hollywood has been dribbling for years and figured it was time for something fresh, something new, something that got the attention of consumers that would never ever have dreamed being interested in a film like this. Deadpool's marketing strategy sailed into uncharted waters, risking everything on an innovative idea that saw them return with more success and profit than anyone anticipated.